intrinsic knowledge about how to do this, which we are ignoring as not valuable, but we will know the value when there are food shortages. So this is, I'm doing a 100-day journey from London to Kaveri, which is about 30,000 kilometers. I've already completed 25 nations. I'm in Dubai right now. Tonight I'm going back and continuing the journey. So going to Muscat, and from there I'm taking, along with my motorcycle, taking a small boat to Gujarat, and from there I'm riding all the way. I will be coming to Hyderabad. We look forward to your
We'll welcome you, of course.
I will give you a policy document. Please examine that before that. This is a simple guideline document that farmer should benefit, and it should be incentivized in such a way that he will naturally want to raise the organic content. You mentioned reduction of fertilizer and pesticide. See, these are issues, but if you attempt it that way, right now I've spoken to the European Common Agricultural Policy people. See, they are talking about a very complex approach. It is very well thought out, well intentioned. I admire that. But what we need to understand is, when it comes to implementation, you will not have scientists or academics implementing it. It's the farmer who implements it. It has to be simply one point, easy to implement policy. If you have 10 things to address, for example, people are saying reduce fertilizer. I've been in agriculture myself. See, if that is your field, this is my field. How much fertilizer your land demands, how much mine demands is not the same. Not always the same, I'm saying. So if you say 50% right now, you may still be able to manage crops. I may not be able to manage. Then what will I do? I will get spurious stuff from somewhere and start using it, which will be far more damaging and absolutely no control. A whole lot of unnecessary things will happen. Instead of that, if we raise the organic content, the need for fertilizer will start dropping down by itself. This whole urban idea that farmers are simply throwing fertilizer on the land and destroying the land is a silly idea, because fertilizer costs so much money. Why would farmers simply throw it on the land? They don't understand, in a degraded land, unless you use a certain quantum of fertilizer, nothing is going to come out of it. And above all, in the marketplace right now, if you go to this any market here, it says this is organic. If this fruit is organic, what is the other fruit? Is it inorganic? This is all a marketing stunt. If you fix it that if it is 3% and above, what is the micronutrients? There's enough science to tell us that. If you say this is from a 3% field, people know how much to pay. If you say this is from a 6% field, they know how much to pay. Our own experience has been, if you raise the organic content in the soil to 8 to 10%, the irrigation requirement comes down to 30% of what we are using right now. 100 liters will become 30 liters. That needs to happen in India.
So firstly, you're a fascinating man. You've touched upon so many subjects that I have so many things to say and so many questions to ask and so many points to make. But I'll just make 3 quick observations. One, talk about policy support. If you could possibly point out if there are any precedents in the world where somebody has done something which you believe is worth emulation, I think that would be a great start for us. That's the first thing I'd ask. The second thing, sir, I think every Prime Minister, every Chief Minister, dreams of doubling farmers' income. Including our Prime Minister, who talked about doubling farmers' income back in 2015. Of course, for a variety of reasons, that has not translated. But the fact is, if you make agriculture remunerative, if you make it like you were pointing out, 2% of the farmers actually want their progeny, their kids actually to continue in the same line of activity. That's primarily because it's not remunerative, it's not lucrative, it's not attractive enough, for them to want their children also to do the same. So the question I guess I'm asking is, how do we make this whole safe soil movement attractive in the sense of returns as well for the farmers, making it more remunerative and lucrative? And the third point I'll make, of course, we'll welcome you in Hyderabad, and more importantly, sir, I wanted to point out, we are one state where the farmers are federated. In fact, we have farmer federations each and every village. We call them Raitu Bandhu Samitis. We have them in each and every single village in our 12,769 Gram Panchayatis. And we've built what is called as Raitu Vedika. We've organized farm clusters by 5,000 acres each, and we have an agriculture extension officer and a Raitu Vedika where farmers sit, discuss, meet, talk, and discuss best practices and other things. So we will certainly bring even the Farmer Federation Association to meet with you. Our Agriculture Minister will also come and meet you, and I'll see if Honorable Chief Minister is available. I'm sure we'll set up a meeting with him as well. So my request to you is, please show us in the right direction towards policy, and how do we make it more remunerative, and thirdly, most importantly, how do we leverage the collective might of farmers to make it a more impactful movement.
So one thing I would request is, after my journey is over, if 25 to 50 farmers from different regions who are doing different types of farming, along with one of your officers who is qualified to handle that kind of situation, comes to us, we will take them to different live farms where incomes have gone up between 300 to 800% in 8 to 9 years' time. And the soil organic content has improved, water tables have come up. There is a way to do it. If they're willing to spend 3 days, we can do a certain kind of program with them. After that, if you assemble 500,000 people in your place, our people will come there and tell them how to go about it. Especially if you already have these Vedikas, it will be very easy to convey that message. Initially, 1 or 2 if we do,